a little softer this time, so my ear's still ringing from my last lesson. Today we're going to combine two lessons. We're going to combine 9 and 12, but they both have to do with the same thing. So we're going to talk about Greek and Latin roots to read unfamiliar words, and then use them as clues in finding the meaning of words. So the first part that we're going to talk about is we're going to use each word in a sentence, and they all have Greek and Latin roots in there, geo, arche, and rupt, and we'll talk about what those mean. And then, you write them in a sentence. The back of your page is going to be using those same geo, arche, and rupt in context. So we'll find the root, and then we'll find the words that use that root word. So remember, a root word is a base word, pretty much. You add other parts onto it to kind of change the meaning, but you keep the meaning basically the same. So before we even get started, let's talk about what these mean. So we have geo, arche, and rupt. Geo is the earth, right? Geology is the study. Here's, pretend that's the earth. Okay. Geology is the study of the earth and its movement and landforms. So, geologists, people who study the earth. Geology is the study of the earth, like landforms, things like that. Geological is the changing of the earth. And then we have arche. So, archaeologists. Archaeologists are people who study ancient things based on what they found. So arche is like archaic, it's old, study old things. And then we have rupt, like eruption, erupted, erupt. It's exploding, right? So, I mean, that's not the exact meaning of the word, but that's what we're going to go with for now. So we're going to the front, we'll do the back. So when we open lesson 9, then lesson 12. You will need your booklet, open to volcanoes, what we've been using the past few days. You'll need a pencil, you'll need a highlighter, and let's get started. Like I said, we're going to be using these spelling words. If you are not sure what the word means, right now you are on a wonderful device that can tell you what the word means, right? Or you could have something with you, separate if you want to be lazy like me, have your phone out, or some other technology, or just use the one you're on, but right now mine's recording, so I'm not going to do that. But if you don't know what a definition is, you can just type in like archaeologist. Oops, make sure you're spelling it right. Archaeologist. Definition, and it'll pop up there. So it's a person who studies human history and prehistory through the excavation of sites and analysis of artifacts and other physical remains. So they study old things, old human history things. So an archaeologist, then it even gives you a sentence. So a Chinese archaeologist uncovered a life-size terracotta statue. I'm not going to copy the sentence because that would be cheating, but it gives me an idea. So they're people who study the past through human remains, like dishes and weapons and things. So an archaeologist. So a sentence I could use like, and the archaeologists, and remember your sentence should make it seem like you know what the word means. Found the remains of a mummy in the pyramid. So now you know what it means because a mummy is an ancient person. They found it in a pyramid. That would underline archaeologists. Next word, geological. Like I said before, geology has to do with the earth. So geologist is somebody who studies the earth. Geological would be formation type thing in the earth. But just in case, if I wasn't sure, I can once again go geological definition. Relating to the study of the earth's physical structure and substance. You can't read that, but trust me, that's what it says. Excuse me. Whew. So geological. So I could say something like the earth's physical structure and substance. The geological map, and it's talking about Earth's structure, showed the formation of mountains. So it's something about the Earth's structure. So geological map would show how the mountains were changing. So what you're going to do now, you can copy these two if you want. I already did this one and this one. You are going to take these words, use them in a sentence. Feel free to use technology if you need to help you out to make your sentence make sense. And they should be spelled correctly because they're right in front of you. On the back page, it says, read the Mount St. Helens volcano. Add words to the chart that you find in the reading selection have the roots rupt, geo, or arche. And it tells you, so rupt means break. Like an eruption is a break. Geo is earth. Arche is ancient. So I'm not going to do the whole thing with you because this isn't too difficult. But you're going to go to page 20, Mount St. Helens volcano, and I got to look for those words. Rupt, geo, arche are parts of those words. You can use a highlighter. You can use a pencil. So until 1980, Mount St. Helens was a symbol of Washington's natural beauty. Located in the southern part of the state, thousands of people visited the mountain to hike, camp, and picnic. For more than 100 years, the volcano was peaceful. Then, on March 20th, 1980, several earthquakes rocked the mountain. Many people were surprised. However, geologists, so that has geo in it, right? So I found geo for geologists. So I'm going to add that. And then my paragraph, that was paragraph 2. Oh, shoot. Helps to read the directions. And I wasn't even showing you. I put geologist there. Really, it should go down here. So paragraph 2. Whoopsie, whoopsie. That should be rupt. However, geologists who have been studying the volcano for years weren't surprised at all. In 1978, the U.S. Geological Survey. So now I have geological, geo again, so I'm going to say geological. And that was also in paragraph 2. An organization of scientists that included geologists, ecologists, and archaeologists published a bulletin. So archaeologist was something else I was looking for. And I kind of just gave you the only one on here. And then geologists, so I filled that in for you too. And that's all in paragraph 2. So now it's stated that Mount St. Helens was likely to erupt before the end of the 20th century. Rupt, so the erupt, paragraph 2. So what you're going to do is you'll read paragraphs 3 and 4 and find the other words that have rupt in them and add them here and add the paragraph. So it's just finding those Greek and Latin root words. And you can kind of see. So we have geo in a bunch of different ways. Geologists, people who study it. Geological, study of the earth over time. Yeah. So that's what you're doing. And stay tuned for your IXLs. Okay. We are working on X1 through X6 because it's all Greek and Latin roots that we've been talking about. So work on this today. We'll work on this tomorrow. If you don't finish, you can work on it over the weekend. And we'll add one more on Friday. So first one, sort words by shared Greek or Latin roots. Let's click on it. So sort the words according to the meanings, their shared roots. So I have life. So which one means life? Which ones means no or not? As you can tell, there's a lot of bio. There's a lot of ne, N-E, 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 negative, negate, neglect. So if I think about what words mean, a biologist, somebody who studies living things. Biography, somebody who writes about somebody else's life, right? Biology, study of living things. So these words are going to be bio words, and then no or not, negative. You're not positive. If you negate something, you say how it is wrong or bad. If you neglect somebody, you don't give them attention. So I'm going to sort those like that. Submit. jump a level. Okay. Same thing. Do or push or feel or think. So I'm going to go through these words and try to figure out, okay, what base part do they all share? So I have action, react, nonsense, sensory, active, sense. Well, I see a lot of act. I have action, I have active, I have react. Then I have sensory, nonsense, and sense. So sense. So I know before it is, if I'm doing something, it's an action, right? So action will go here, react would go here, active would go here because you're moving. Feel or think. Well, you have your 5 senses, and that's how you touch, taste, hear, feel. So that'd be sensory. Nonsense doesn't make sense. You can't feel it or see it. And then just sense. So read the words, figure out what's your root word first. Like in this one, I have format, unformed, uniform. So one of my base words is going to be form. And then I have script, scribe, script. So if which one makes sense? Like if I'm formatting something, it's the shape of what I'm writing. Or if something's unformed, it doesn't have any shape. Or uniform is the structure of something. Everything's uniform, the same shape. So that means all these would have to be to write or draw, like if you write a script. Anyway, so that's what you're doing for that one. And then let's keep going. Let's do X2, which is clues to meaning of words. So a thermometer is a tool that uses heat or temperature. The root meter means measure. So what does therm mean? So now I know measure is, meter means measure. So what does the therm part mean? And if thermometer is measuring what? Heat or temperature. So I know that therm means heat. A telephone is a machine that can carry the sound of someone's voice somewhere far away. The root phone means sound. So what does tele mean? So I can put these two words together. So sound, and it's a telephone is someone's voice far away. So that means telephone can carry somebody's voice far away. Let's jump a level. The root auto means own or self. So what does the word biography, autobiography mean? A book that someone writes about his or her own life. A book that someone writes about the solar system and its planets. And now auto means own or self, so which would make sense. A book that someone writes about the history of an invention. So if it's own or self, the only one that can make sense is a book that someone writes about his or her own life. Remember, if you're not sure what something says, you can always push this.
Anthropology is the study of the history and development of humans. The root logi means the study of something. What does the root anthro mean?
So the study of something, and just told me anthropology is study and history and development of humans. So human would be the thing that makes sense there, right? But you can always have it read it to you. So that's X2. Oh, I'm going to go back. X3. Nope, right here. Meaning of words as clues to meaning of Greek and Latin roots. So homophones are words that sound the same in different meanings. What does the root homo mean? They sound the same in different meanings. So they even have the word same here, so I'm going to use that. Biography is a written account of someone's life. What does the root word graph mean? And we've talked about bio means a life. So what does graph mean? They're writing about their own life or somebody's life. We write. So you're just going to read the words, use those context clues to help you. Not too complicated there. X4. Determine the meaning of Greek and Latin roots. Kind of along the same veins of what we've been doing. The word autograph contains the root word graph. What does the root graph mean? So an autograph. So we talked about how, just in the last one, autobiography. Auto means self. So what does graph mean? An autograph is when you write your name, right? So you're writing it. What is the word perspective? Has a spec. What does the root spec mean? So perspective. So anything about what other words have spec in them? Like spectacle, like glasses, right? You wear spectacles. Perspective is how you look at something. So I'm going to say spec is look. Look at the words below, which one means light. So now I'm going to think of words that have these in here. So photo, like photograph, photosynthesis, Photoshop, scope, like periscope, That's all I got right now. Bio is life, like biology. So which one means light? Like photosynthesis is how plants make food from light. So I'm going to choose photo. If you're not sure, this is where you could always use a little bit of help. You could open up another tab and look up the meaning of one of these words. Some of them we've already talked about, and you've probably hit a bunch of them, like meter is a measure. We've already read that somewhere else. That was X4. X5. Determine the meaning of words with Greek and Latin roots. What does the word inspect mean? To draw something very carefully, to say something very clearly, or to look at something very closely. Inspector looks at something very closely, right? Tractor mean? A large automobile used to pull and move farm equipment. A large automobile you can drive a long distance or far away. A large automobile used to make measurements. What do people use tractors for? Farm equipment, right? This is just what you already know. Audio. If you're talking about the audio setting of something. Something to break, something to steady, something you can hear. Right? Audio, you can hear. And the final one, match words with Greek and Latin roots to their meanings. So, tripod and octopus, 8 feet and 3 feet. Well, I know a tricycle has 3 wheels. I know an octopus has 8, or an octagon has 8 sides. So I'm going to mention like that. The device to what it sends. So I have a television, a telephone, and a telegraph. Well, I know a television is pictures. I can see what's happening on the screen. A telephone I can only hear, and a telegraph must be a written message then. Animal to what it eats. Plants. Herbs, an herbivore. Meat is a carnivore. An omnivore must be what eats both. So it's kind of the process of elimination there. So you're finishing as many of the X's as you can. If you don't finish it, that's fine. You can work on it tomorrow after your test, or you can work on it Friday before you do the last IXL of the week. And I'll show you what that is in just a second. Well, actually, I won't show you it in a second, but I'll show you what it is on Friday. And I'll give you a description of the test tomorrow. So work on these as best you can. Don't stress out if you don't get them all done today. You can work on them tomorrow, the next day, and even the weekend. So, good luck.